A Facebook post has become the center of a growing dispute at Abia State University. In the post, Professor Nnamdi Nwanze claimed some professors earn less than 400,000 naira monthly, arguing that the remuneration no longer reflects their qualifications and responsibilities. The university suspended him, describing the comments as inimical to the interests of the institution and uncomplimentary to its visitor. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has rejected the action, insisting its industrial strike will continue until the lecturer is reinstated. News Central also spoke with commercial tricycle operators, some of whom said they can generate up to 15,000 naira daily, while an anonymous university staff member confirmed that lecturers' salaries in the state-owned institution are significantly lower than those of their counterparts in federal universities.
Oh, it's on about 10,000, it's on about 15. On at this stage, more than 20,000, depends on my strength. Because we have a strength issue. They don't have more strength. We have about 30,000. Depend on the case and depend on God's favor.
Legal and labor stakeholders say the controversy now raises a broader question: to what extent can a university discipline a lecturer for publicly speaking about workers' welfare and conditions of service?
A lot of things involved before you talk about being a professor. So by the time you get to a professor, it's the pinnacle of your career. So it is expected that the financial gains that come with it, should be commensurate to the efforts that one has put in to get there. And that is why you see at the end of the day, most of them are left with the option of, collecting money from students just to pass them, just to survive. So it's quite unfortunate that we're having this, that, a professor will be compared to a keke rider. If you're talking about suspending somebody, it has to be on one ground, which is misconduct. Now, was the professor involved in misconduct? The answer is no. Was he involved in any form of malpractice? The answer is no. You cannot suspend somebody for, expressing himself, because there is freedom of expression. And the fact that you're working in a government does not mean that you cannot criticize whatever you feel that is not going right, in that administration.
Beyond one suspension, the dispute has widened into a conversation about lecturer welfare, freedom of expression, and the limits of institutional disciplinary powers in Nigeria's public universities. In Abia for News Central, Chinwe Ugeli.